Wage settlement was agreed upon between government and public sector workers last month. However, it's since emerged that there's a new wrangle between the two sides, with government now seeking to adjust the increase to 6.4%. That aside, Professor Jannie Rossouw, who has insisted that government can ill afford increases way in excess of inflation, says 7% is affordable, but that it's not a true reflection of the overall increase due to the benefits over and above basic pay.
Government should, however, give us all the data. They should tell us how many civil servants get housing assistance. They should tell us how many civil servants get medical aid assistance. We work on assumptions of these and get our results from that. We assume 700,000 civil servants get medical aid assistance and about 360,000 get housing assistance. But it's time for government to come clear on these figures so that we can sit and do new calculations.
Some suggest that a debt-to-GDP ratio in excess of 60% is unpalatable. The professor is warning that South Africa can no longer sustain borrowing at the rates it has been in the recent past. In 2009, the country's debt-to-GDP ratio stood at 21.8%. By the 2014-2015 fiscal year, that ratio had risen to 40.8%.
The current indication is that the government debt-to-GDP ratio will increase to around 50% of GDP. It is still at an affordable level as long as interest rates stay at their current level. When interest rates start to normalize, when interest rates start increasing, the interest burden on government debt will increase accordingly, and that can lead to affordability problems.
Rossouw pegs economic growth at 2% per annum for the foreseeable future. Through the national budget, Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene has acknowledged that slower growth has put pressure on government revenues and has indicated government's plan to narrow the budget deficit through the raising of taxes and the cutting of expenditure. Nompumelelo Sisiba, SABC News, Johannesburg.